And now I need to find what I was looking for. There you go. That's what I was looking for. Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
And welcome to another Chinwag, another Friday Chinwag, with myself, Zahir, and my lovely wife, Rebecca.
You forgot the number, didn't you?
No, it's Chinwag number 162. 162. This is our weekly chat where Becca and I just come on and chat with you guys about how our week has been on YouTube. On YouTube, no.
Yes.
No, how our week has been. No, we chat on YouTube about how our week on eBay has been, right? That's the thing I was going for.
Yeah. And you think,
yeah.
right, the amount of time we've been doing YouTube for, would actually be able to be like really slick with our intros.
No chance. Not happening. Hope you guys can see and hear everything okay. Hi to Damien, BCP, a couple of pickers. I don't know if that's Lisa.
You didn't
I think
even
it
end
might
up
be Lisa.
sending that message.
Oh, and I was saying hi to Trotters Independent Traders.
He was sitting here and he was like, oh,
I'm
look,
upset with the chat.
replying to people on the chat, and he didn't even send that message.
Hi to BCP, Paul C, Lincoln Seller, Chris Tyler, George Ross, Retro Reselling.
Yeah. I was using. You show that one.
There you go, George Ross Retro Reselling. There you go.
I finished my coffee, but I was using Lonnie's mug, which is no longer Lonnie's mug. It's just a blue mug.
Thank you for the $5 super chat from Tommy Bernard. Thank you for popping in, Tommy. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. Thank you. Paul C, Lincoln Seller, Chris Tyler, George Ross Watcher, Crispy. Hi Chris, I got your email. I'm glad you received your game today. Yes, that's fantastic. I just need to sort ads out now and then we'll be sorted. Hi John, Jennifer, Money Mental Andrew, Mandy says hello, where have you been? Hello there, where have you been? I've been around. I'm Matthew. Bad Biscuit Lex says, "Hey, you sexy beast." Beck is looking very nice. I think she's made a little effort, a tiny effort. No?
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, you look very pretty. I think you always look pretty. And yes, obviously Tommy's popped in. Great videos, George Ross, definitely. Matthew Walsh says he makes some great vids, very interesting and full of information. Georgina Geel, hi Georgina. I don't come to this channel for slick. I've got George with his lights that keep turning out for slick lives. Yeah, George has got one of those lights in his lock up where you on a timer. Yeah. So hi Tommy, Rob's heading out to Comcast, says Lisa. And Evening also says, Richard Howe, I hope you've had some sales as I think eBay's shut down. Sales are so crap this month. Touch wood, we've been good. That mug makes coffee taste extra good, said George. There you go, guys. There you have it.
I wondered why the coffee was tasting better.
Because it was drinking out of George's mug. That can sound drinking out of George's cup. Andy Reseller says, George, I messaged you on Facebook. Shazad Hussein has popped in. Hi Shazad, how are you? Becca for Duke, Becky, both looking spiffing tonight. Oh, thank you. Yeah, quite a handsome couple, I suppose. Quite a dashing couple, aren't we? What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah, I think I need a haircut. Right?
No, it's fine.
Yeah, are you sure?
Yeah, it looks fine.
Yeah. So KLC has popped in as well. Hi, wow. Hello. KLC doesn't normally pop in, I don't think. Well, she does sometimes. She does sometimes. But thank you for popping in, KLC, aka Louise.
Yes.
Or no, you'd say Louise, aka KLC, wouldn't you?
Although
it's not like she goes around like word. Chaos. No, it's not how you do things. Hi Louise, Tori, Pleasant Valley, Mere Cameron Alley, Watcher 1421, Steve. Question: what's that Premier League thing at the back?
Oh, it's like a does it light up still? It's like a light up sign?
Yes.
Shop sign thingy?
Yeah,
it was in a shop.
It would have been a
anyway.
pub sign. It would have been a pub sign, I think. It's a light up hanging. Back in the day, it's like an old Premier League sign. So it's actually got the old FA Carling Premiership. It's got the old FA Carling Premiership on its thingy-majig on it, like the old logo. So yeah, it's a pretty cool item, I actually think. So was it Carling sign? It is actually available on YouTube. Not on YouTube, on the internet. It is available. I can just share with you guys what it looks like. Let me just show you what it looks like. There you go. That's what it looks like, lit up. So it's actually quite cool. It's a bit, it's in a bit rough condition, but it's pretty cool. It's just a hanging sign, and it's got the old kind of logo. I thought it would have gone by now, to be honest with you. But no such luck. It just hasn't been as popular. It's one of those items that I thought when I bought it, oh, this will fly out. It's a man cave item. It's a cool item. If you're into football, it's an old. It's not called the Carling Premier League anymore. So it's I would have thought it would have gone, but don't you all find that when you go out and you buy something and you so think it's gonna sell, and it just doesn't? Wow, thank you. Thank you for the super chat, George. £2 super chat. What's the mace rates on the sign, says George. I will speak to you later if you're interested in it, George. But thank you for the super chat.
I was gonna say,
yeah, I would have thought it would have been a great man cave item.
Offer on it.
No, we've got lots of watches. It's got like 9 watches on it, but
yeah.
It's just, I thought it would have gone, but it's weird. Like, you buy certain things that you think are just gonna fly out, and they don't, and then you buy things that will take a while, and they don't. They just sell. It's just, you can never really get your head around that. And like, you think that the more experience you get as a seller, the more you'll be able to judge what's gonna move and whatnot. Like, when I saw that, I thought, oh, that's gonna move, right? I just didn't. So yeah. DB Resale says, got a busy weekend coming up, nearly new toy sale tomorrow and a boot fair on Sunday. You know what? That's a good topic actually in itself. I was talking to you about this earlier, like, about how worth is it, like how worth is it worth going into town and stuff, wasn't I? So
yeah, because basically to get into Preston, it takes, on a good day, 25-minute drive. Yeah,
each way.
On a bad day, we can be in the car for
50 minutes,
like 40 to 50 minutes. Now, we're not far down the road. It's just it's just a journey, isn't it? It's just, we've got like pretty much one road that we can go on, and this road always has traffic lights propped up because they're always doing roadworks on it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always happen, but this week, on this road, there's been like 2 accidents. Okay, one of them was today, which delayed me in getting home, and then the other one was was it Tuesday morning?
And but on top of that, there's been roadworks everywhere as well. So
there's always a delay on this road, and it's just like, so you were like weighing up
whether it was worth going in or not. And I think that I found that when it comes to sourcing, so like, it's kind of just from what Damien said really about having to going out tomorrow. He's got a couple of things to go to. I really think that you're so much better off like making the effort to go to your good spots rather than wasting time at your what could be local spots that aren't as good. So like, I found like I'm kind of almost gotten to the point where if a charity shop is consistently not great, I'm just not going to bother going to it anymore. I'd rather take the time and travel to like a further away place. So like that, to go to my bins, it takes me, like I said, on a good run 25 minutes each way. So I've got to do 50 minutes, and sometimes you don't get anything. So like today when I went, they hadn't put the fresh clothes out, and I had to go because I'd arranged to like, so as you guys know, I go to the bin, and they're normally good, £1.50 an item, and I pick up some really good clothes, etc. from there. And I went there and I could see they had a giant bin ready to come out. But unfortunately I was unable to wait for it because I'd arranged to do like a cash on collection deal with an eBay buyer who bought something, but to pay cash on collection. And
because he was just working up the road from where we live, pretty much. So it was
So I had to drive.
well,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, that makes sense. Fine. So you arranged to meet him this morning.
Yeah.
But then obviously you couldn't wait around any longer.
In
so
the
you had
charity
to
shops, 'cause I had to drive back from
home,
Preston.
yeah.
So it was an annoying day that, you know, had my journey go, and it completely just, you know, was a waste in terms of finding stuff at the bin. I didn't find anything, and that can happen, but you know, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
But I've just come to the conclusion that I'd much rather put the effort in and consistently visit, like, even if it meant doing 2 visits in a day or something to a good spot, rather than, you know, just because I find that if a charity shop's overpriced, it's just going to be overpriced. Even if new stuff comes in, it's going to be overpriced. Yeah, the odd time they're going to miss things, but I don't know. It's just how I'm feeling currently about it. Eric Liddy has popped in as well. What else what are people talking about? Imagine Andrew using that cooking. What? If I had the money, it would be sold, as Andy Reseller. Pleasant Valley says hard to predict what will sell. And Paul Calvert says, hey, George, I've got some nice white Doc Martens. Oh, okay. Hey, Becca and Z in chat, says Eric. Texting in the what? Okay. Prices at some charity shops are high. Yes, they are, and I just think you just have to make a decision on them. Like, you know, like I've noticed that I tend to more consistently visit sources of stock.
I mean, like our high street that's close to us used to be pretty good.
We had a nice charity shop on the high street,
but recently I think they've changed management, and so the prices have kind of gone really quite high, so we don't tend to bother.
Well, I mean, just to give you guys an example, like, whereas if they had like a Sony alarm clock, for example, or any alarm clock, they'd normally price it at like £2 or something. Now if you go in, an alarm clock is going to be 15. It's just gone completely, you know, it's gone completely crazy. Whereas like a little, if a little bit of electronics came in, like a small hi-fi, and maybe they charge like a tenner and sell it, now they're charging like 40. And this was quite a good place to go previously. I think from this place we've picked out those silk pajamas, we've had that D-Generation X top, the Bose speakers have come from there, loads of other bits and pieces over the years since being here. But unfortunately it's now become one of those charity shops that we have to cross off a list, because time wise it's just not worth, I don't think it's worth going to.
No, I mean, you checked them out today, didn't you?
Yeah.
You were like,
No, exactly. I just don't think it's worth it. If anyone hasn't liked George Ross's latest video, head over there and give it a like. He's promised me a surprise if it gets to 500 likes, says Andrew. And Paul Calvert says, I have to choose an indoor or an outdoor car boot for Sunday. I hate when you have to make those kinds of choices. We've
had to do that before. And then, like, you know, when you choose one and then you regret that you chose that one, and you go, oh, I should have gone to the other one.
It always feels that way, doesn't it? It always feels that way. But it's just I suppose you have to just accept that when you're outsourcing, like, you have to keep hitting the good spots more consistently and regularly than wasting time with places that you know are bad. But also you've got to be aware that good spots can then turn bad. It's crazy. But do they sell at those prices, says Stu? They'll soon drop the prices once they start missing their monthly targets. That's just it, Stu. I think hopefully there'll come a point where they'll realise it's not worth having something sat around forever.
I mean, the thing is, it's a nice high street.
Yeah.
So I'm sure some people would probably pay those prices.
But you see some stuff, don't you, that's there forever. Like, there's one charity shop down there which has had the same stuff for like months, and they don't seem to care. They just don't care. They just have it priced like too high.
Oh, I know which one you're
the one
talking
that you
about.
go upstairs in.
Yeah,
it's like they've had the same stuff.
I've seen them and I was like, which one are you talking about? I was like, oh yeah, I know which one now.
But you're right, I'm hoping that when they overprice that their sales suffer because they're asking too much, and then not in a horrible way to the charity. The thing is, I think it's really difficult to kind of complain about charity shop prices, really, because they are trying to make money for their charities. But they still have to sell on the market, don't they?
Yeah.
At least they have to be reasonable.
That's true.
You know, like you can't just price a little bit less or the set. Like for example, today I went into one and they had a keyboard, like a Yamaha keyboard. It wasn't even a top end keyboard or anything, and they were asking like £30, and then you look on eBay and you see that it's £30. So it's like, well, at least, you know, the same isn't enough. It's got to be significantly under, because you've got to account for the fees that people normally would have to pay and whatnot. I don't know. It's not a big deal anyway. Lucy Mortimer says, some charity shops are crazy price, but these bins are... Well, that's just it. Once you know that you've got a good place to go to, you're just better off going to that, and you're better off spending time.
And I think the thing is, like, when, you know, because sometimes things change, and like we just said, like one of our local charity shops we think has got new management in, and when the bins become a place where no longer it's
not viable,
not worth going there sourcing, we'll then be looking at the next place, and you know, I mean, we should be doing that anyway to see whether there's any other places that we can source from. But it's like you've always got to be aware to kind of change, haven't you?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I like auction as well. You know, there are a couple of auctions that I like, and I do know a couple of charity shops where they're reasonable. So, but it's really, I think you can instantly tell when you go into a charity shop what kind of charity shop is. I think you just have to like look for one of those really, you know, you have to look for those kind of, as the Americans call them, mum and pop or mum and pop stores or whatever they call them. And I think that's the way to be. That's how I feel. In it to flip, it says, I'm late, shame on me. No need to be shameful about it. And and Pleasant Valley says you look a bit goth, Beck.
Oh, do I?
But in a good way.
Oh, okay, cool.
There you go. I've heard they have to order in new bins though to replace the ones Z has damaged by falling in, says Andrew. Yeah, I mean, that would be true if I'd ever fallen in the bin, but I maintain that I have never fallen in the bin. Though no one will believe me anymore.
You know what? I actually got to the point, right? Because I kept seeing it in chats that he had fallen in these bins, and I was like, "Did you really fall in the bin?"
Like, no.
And he was like, "No."
We've got a comment from Lex. Graphs. We do have graphs.
We do.
We were thinking about whether it's even worth sharing, like, because of the, you know, the fakery you can do.
Yeah, we're going to show you.
But we're just going to share with you guys, and then you guys can decide.
Yeah.
We've actually...
I mean, just remember, right? The figures you just kind of have to take with a pinch of salt, because one, you don't know what we've paid for the stock.
Yeah.
And two, it's only turnover. We're not sharing profit.
Yeah. So we're going to talk about our week. We'll kind of how do you say when you?
I don't know what you're trying to say.
I'm saying, you know, before we preface, we'll preface or
you know, I'm sitting here going, what the hell?
We're going to preface the graphs with some context. Does that make any sense? I don't even know.
No, it doesn't to me.
You know, the word preface.
No.
Preface is a word, right?
I don't know.
I think it is. Please tell me preface is a word. Because we're gonna preface the graphs with a bit of context.
Okay.
Our week has.
We'll go with whatever
Our week has been pretty good.
Yeah.
It's one of our better weeks.
Yeah, it is. It is a good week.
Yeah.
I think you've put it in the title how much the turnover has been this week. So.
Yeah.
Really, really good improvement.
Yeah, so we've turned over on eBay 1447, so £1,447 in 7 days, which it has been one of our best weeks in a long, long time. Oh, there we go. Yes, says in it to flip it. Preface makes sense to me, says Damien. Preface, yes, correct word. Thank you. It's true, the hair didn't fall into the bins. The bins fell into hair. Andrew, as you all know, is not someone to believe for all his true stories. It's pretty good. So like it's been higher than than it has been recently, and it's a weird reason for that though, isn't there? The RC store seems to have picked up, and we're not quite sure why. Because we've
still not done like zero work on it. So
the only thing that I've started doing, there's one thing I've started doing, and that's been sending offers to watches.
Oh, okay.
Because I wasn't.
But you do that with the general store anyway.
With the general store, I've been doing it.
Yeah.
But the RC store, I just never sent offers to watches because I thought, like.
Well, keep doing it because it's working.
And like, well, when I first did it, I had like 70 to send because I like hadn't sent them for a while or whatever. So. It was, you know, I was surprised that it worked a little bit. So I've been sending offers to watches. Apart from offers to watches, I can't think of anything else I've done differently.
No, but we are hoping to kind of change that around with the RC store. I think we mentioned it last week that we want to kind of put some more work into it. So we are hoping to kind of change that. So hopefully.
So let me just show you guys the graphs. So this is the radio control store. So this is the general store. As you can see, we're still a long way off what we were doing last year. But bear in mind that this is very different because last year everything was on one store. Yeah. So we would have had our general, like our car boot items. Like we sold last year on this store. We would have sold like the cool finds we found at car boots or whatever. So there we go.
I mean, the thing is, what's really annoying, and we should have been on this a little bit sooner, is January. It generally tends to be a good month for the RC store. Yeah. Which is what we've noticed over the last couple of years that we've been doing it, and yet we still haven't put the work into this store that we should have done
on this store. None whatsoever. The only thing we do on this store,
which is a bit frustrating because
I'm actually quite happy with it.
No, but what I mean is like we know that we could have changed this even more.
Yeah, we could have.
That's the point I'm getting at.
Yeah, we could have made it even better, but it's been. This is basically this £572 of sales is literally just RC parts. Yeah. So lots of RC parts. They don't really owe us anything now. No, they don't owe us anything. I know our average selling price is only £14, but £572 for the RC store. So that's been really, really strong for us. Then just to help with that, the general store has done really well as well. Yeah. The general store is definitely something I'm mega proud of, guys. Like Becca's been really supportive. Like it's been tough for you, hasn't it? Because you so badly want to get involved now. Yeah. You know, I think Becca's definitely been struggling a lot recently with the work and not wanting to work dynamic. To put it lightly, like she really wants to, she really wants to just join the business, which I can completely understand. But it's hard at the moment, isn't it? It's hard. I don't know how else to put it. So it's a bit of a struggle. So I feel really good when the sales are coming in because I can kind of show her that look, where we are working in the right direction, and hopefully sooner rather than later you will be able to join back in. And it always makes me happy to get good sales because it's something for you to hopefully use as a bit of it's like a bandage, isn't it? Sales, like it helps you kind of.
I suppose.
No, go on. Say what you want to say.
No, I just I don't want
no. Why not?
No, because
be honest. Just be honest.
It does kind of it does make me feel better, but I do feel like I've lost confidence in eBay in general. So I'm at a point where there's no way I'm going to be walking away from my job
unless
at the moment.
We've got like a big fund or something.
Yeah, I mean because I really have been knocked by how
it changes.
It has changed, and the ups and downs, and I don't think we're fully there to be able to cope with the ups and downs, and I think that's really, really important to make sure that you are looking at those things. So, I am the sensible one. Yeah. And so I'm
like hyped at the moment because we've had a good week. So, and then Becca's like...
So here's like, you'll be quitting your job soon, and I'll be like, yeah, that ain't happening. But it is tough because I am really, really struggling with like the balance between what I do in my day job and what I need to do when I'm back home, and I'm really, really struggling with trying to do that again. And it's it's really, really tough because although I'm working part-time and I should come home from work and just be like, yep, I'm ready to get into work, I'm not. My job isn't an easy job to kind of just walk away from. There's quite a lot of like baggage that comes with my job, and so it's not easy just to kind of switch off and go, right, now I'm doing eBay, because some days I come home and I will quite literally sit and be silent, because I'm just like, I'm processing what I've actually had to deal with in the morning. And you know, it's and
I bet you, if Steve's still watching, I bet Steve will know what you're talking about, because his missus also works in a surgery as well, and it's a really it's a mind hogging job.
It's a tough
Tommy's
job.
got a good question. Lost confidence in eBay or Zahir running eBay?
Definitely lost confidence in eBay. I think what Zahir does is absolutely amazing.
May I just show you my average selling price? £46 for the week.
Considering a lot of the time he is having to pick up my slack for not listing and things like that at the moment, because you know, I'm not listing a great deal. I'm helping where I can. Like, I've been trying to help sort out some of the boxes, which I've only put in like about 1 day this week, and that's just not good enough for 2 people that really want this as a full-time income. It's not good enough. You know, 1 afternoon this week I've managed to do.
But I'm always telling her that if she had a different job, she might find it. I'm not talking to you like in the third person where you're here, but I think you'd find it a lot easier to come home and work if your job wasn't so mentally draining. Like, working in a surgery, use your imagination, guys. You see all kinds of things, right? You see and hear all kinds of things, because it's a surgery.
Well, I don't want to.
No, we don't go into
that
the details.
Anyway,
but I think that can also. I think that can just also affect things. Free Beck from work, so Zahir can YouTube more and stuff. But like, I just want to show you one thing that I'm really proud of. Like, getting back to the more positive side of things, like, we've achieved like a really good average selling price and really good sales, and this store has only got 190 items, and we're gonna cull even more from them. So we've only got 190 listings at the moment, and I feel that we can get the thing is, feel we can drop that by another 10 or 15 listings instantly.
We've been going through this store, and we've been trying to get rid of anything that we kind of like, no, okay, we've had that for way too long. So every time we're kind of like, even now, even sorting through the clothes, I'm kind of going through, checking, and having a look and going, right, I've had that for too long, I'm not going to bother with that anymore, and we've just been taking it down, and it will get redonated to charity, because they're not, you know, awful items. It's just they're just not selling for us. So we're kind of going, no, that's it.
And RJ says, not seen any late lives as changing your routine has helped you also. I've not necessarily been like sleeping that much earlier. I've just do you know what it is? It's just sometimes you're not in the mood.
Do you know what?
It's
There's
a
been
mood
a couple
thing.
of nights where he's actually come to bed a little bit earlier, but he's still staying up to about 1:30, which is up to him, because it's been his sleep pattern for I don't know how long. But he still has to get up at, well, we get up at 6 now, don't we? We're not doing crazy times and doing like 5:30. We get up at 6 and then that's it. So you know, without fail, we're gonna get up at 6.
Yeah. So I've been coming to bed a bit earlier, but I think sometimes it's just a mood thing. Like, you know, when Bex is stressed, I get stressed, and you know, it is a mood thing, isn't it? Sometimes it's hard. Like we were almost thinking of taking tonight off, but we were like, no, we haven't really done any YouTube,
and we did miss one a week or so ago, didn't we?
Yeah, so sometimes you just feel
I felt really rubbish if I didn't.
Yeah, I just wanted to do it because you know, I just want to get back in the swing of things, and you know, because I think YouTube is something that helps us, to be honest. It makes me feel less lonely, makes me feel part of something. You know, you guys are amazing. So I had a bad productive week, says Dave. Okay. Lex says, Bex, don't put yourself down. You know, it's hard for you to, because you're always trying to do more, and you know, but it's difficult.
It's difficult, because I do get really I don't know, is a word driven, I suppose.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of beat myself up when I don't meet my expectations. So.
I saw Kevin Rosen ask a question. What did you sell on the 11th? I think that would have been the Lord of the Rings set. We sold the Lord of the Rings figures. In it, Flipper says, Beck Z said some really kind things about you in the chat this morning. And there's a lot of time wasted not listing, says Eric Liddy. All the time Zahir uses to get out the bins. Shazad says sell-through is so important on eBay. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. I think we're really happy about the second store. You know, it's so much quicker moving.
Yeah. But I think we're coming at it from a point where we've got the one store that is like the one that will just take its time in selling. And then, so with the general store, we do want it to be like stuff that will just sell quickly. So we're kind of more focused on.
But the electronics has definitely helped. I'm just looking.
Absolutely.
I'm looking at this last this week's sales, and our top selling items. Literally, the top 1, 2, 3, 4. Top 5 selling items have been electronics. And then a pair of shoes snuck in, and then it was back to
what are they doing there?
So it really does. It's definitely helped. Andrea's popped in. Hi, Andrea. Ian Kimmins. Tommy says, I talk about this so much that I hurt my own head. I love that you can actually show people what small stores with high SPs is easier to scale. Yeah, it is. I think it's doable, but it's not easy. I think you have to like really go out there and it's a lot more. Sourcing is a much bigger part of it. Sourcing is a huge part of this. I think you've got to put in. I realise I've not been putting enough effort in the past. I think with sourcing. And I know that sounds really dumb. Maybe I was doing it too much with fun in mind. But now when I go out sourcing, it is still fun, but I'm doing it much more like, you know, I'm like RoboCop out there. You know, I'm not messing around. Like I'm efficient. You know, I'm efficient. I'm not wasting my time going to shops that I know are gonna like jerk me around. I'm going places where I know I've got a higher chance of success. And that can mean auctions, that can mean like doing the marketplace pickups, that can mean the like Facebook marketplace pickups, that can mean going to certain charity shops, and that can mean going to certain donation centres, because they're not all created equal. So I just feel that's the way to go. Lex says, I love going to bed while Z is live listing. He has a great voice for bedtime stories. Bedtime stories just went a bit weird when I tried them, because I couldn't think of the story. I had to do it off the cuff, and it went a bit odd. I can't remember it, but it was.
Were you making up odd stories?
Yeah, it just wasn't a good story. No. I didn't feel good about it afterwards.
That's good.
That
you stopped that then.
But Lex wanted me to continue, but Bex, as you work, you provide security, which is invaluable. My wife started working 6 months ago, and it's amazing the difference the regular wage makes mentally.
Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with that, because every time Zahir tells me, you know, oh, you'll be able to quit your job soon, I sit there and go, we're not ready. You've got to remember, if we don't have my job, then our house rent isn't taken care of, and that then has to come out of the business. And looking at the business, I just don't think it's strong enough to handle that yet.
Yeah.
You know, it
needs to be so much bigger to not damage the growth, as it were. Like, because at the moment we can put money back in.
Because I think we could do it, but I think it would damage the business, because we'd be using money that we should be using to reinvest to then grow.
It just sucks that you've got to take the hit, kind of thing. It's just, you know, I think that's the thing with it, isn't it? That's the downer side of it. But we're working towards that, because on top of this money, we also made extra money, auction as well. So we're trying to figure out other income streams. So like I want to do more of a local game as well. That's why I bought that bike that I bought. You know, I want to do like more local selling. So like I can actually get more cash. We've been thinking a lot about fairs as well, like going to getting stock in for toy fairs and things. Just something that we can go out and create a regular income other than eBay. Amazon has now got some stuff up at it as well, so we're definitely attacking so many different things. We're definitely trying to push as many different things as we can, because Becca's right. I'm very much like, just quit, it'll be fine.
You're really impulsive.
Yeah,
that's how I'd like to
but
describe you.
That's can be messy sometimes.
It is messy. It is messy.
So when Beck says these things,
and it's scary as well when you get impulsive.
I think all it is, it hurts. I think it just hurts my ego. Like I'm not. Do you know what I mean? Like it just, what men are like, guys. Come on, it hurts my ego a little bit, because I'm like, oh god, I'm not doing enough. And I know regularly it wouldn't hurt. Do you know what the weird thing is, right? If I was working, you'd be working anyway.
Yeah.
So it's
so
really,
what's the difference in what we're doing
I know.
here?
That's what I'm saying. It's an ego thing, because I'm like, if I was working, if I was employed and you had your job, I'd have no guilt about you having a job. Everyone has to have a job. But because I'm at home building a business.
Yeah, but you're still working.
I know I'm still working, but then the thing comes in that I'm building this. Yeah. So you're so much more aware of responsibility. Do you know what I mean? As someone building a business, you're very aware of responsibility, and then you start taking that responsibility on, and you start taking it really seriously, and you're like, I need to provide now. I need to provide for my business so that I can provide for my family. It becomes like that. Whereas when you're working, it's out of your hands. You can only earn what your paycheck says.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's that ceiling on your paycheck, isn't there? Whereas when you're working for yourself, you're like, okay, I can earn whatever my mind allows me to earn if I put the work in. If I put the work in, I can earn a lot more. So when you're not earning enough for the ideal, you're that much more aware of it. That's all it is. So I think that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from. I don't know if you saw Tracy's in the chat.
Hey Tracy. Tracy says Hazel and Beck, the best looking reseller couple ever. Oh, I don't know about that.
I don't know.
Oh, Beck's gorgeous though.
Whatever.
Yeah. Having so many issues with eBay this last week, so close to giving up selling this week. So whatever, Shazad. Really? What happened? There's no way. I can't even buy that. But yeah, I'm not even sure if I can take that comment serious. Are you being serious?
I know.
Are you being serious? Yorkshire resellers, the big sellers don't do it. Seriously, we're all mediocre at it. I know if eBay sellers are doing millions, says Pete's Retro Collectibles. Okay, I don't know what that was to do with. And yeah, hi to Tracy. Tommy says it's the same amount of time, but you flipped it and are spending more time sourcing quality products versus spending time listing easy to source low dollar items. That's a really good point, Tommy. Like today, when I went to the bins, I actually picked out a t-shirt for myself. I got a nice little Adidas one.
You're not showing me.
Yeah, it's in the car. I've not taken it out. But also, I saw 100% merino wool, extra fine merino wool, made in Italy V-neck jumper. But it was a plain V-neck jumper, and it was a Jasper Conrad jumper, which is like a department store, Debenhams brand. And yeah, it's merino wool, extra fine, made in Italy, but it's a plain V-neck jumper. And I thought to myself, it's only £1.50, I should pick it up. And I actually put it in my basket. But then I thought to myself, what am I going to sell this for? I'm going to, ask 20, maybe get 15. I'll probably, knowing me, I'll probably get an offer of 10 and be like, accept it. And I thought, no, it's just not worth it. It's just not, like, we want to have a smaller store. Like, we're down to 190 odd listings, and we're going to go down even more than that, because we've still got some really low value stuff listed from before, haven't we? We've got some scarves and some things like that listed, and some ties and some action figures as well. There's some really low value action figures like that are under £10, and I'm planning on getting rid of all those, and then we're going to have just higher value stuff listed. Hopefully, that's the plan. Yeah. But it's not easy to do. Try getting credit when you're self-employed. Just about impossible, says Chris Tyler. And Frankie's Fine says, we women tend to expect too much from ourselves and are way too hard on ourselves for what we don't get done. Try not to be so hard on yourself, Beck. You will find the right rhythm, says Frankie's Fines. So true. That's what I said earlier in the chat kind of thing. I was like, women, like when men become self-employed and work from home, it's so easy for us, like it's easy for me to just get on and do the work, because I just tell myself I've got to do the actions that are going to bring in cash. And you do that, but then on top of that you still have to be like, I need to feed my children. I'm not happy with them eating, because I would be like, I'll work and go out and buy them a kebab or something. They don't like kebabs, so
they don't like
but
kebabs.
You get the idea. I'll be like, "Oh, girls, do you want a Subway? Do you want a meatball sub or something?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, you know." But they'd much prefer a home cooked meal.
Yeah, they would.
And Beck will put that on herself, and she'll be like, "I'll cook for them as well. I do cook a lot as well at home." But like, my point is that like women, I don't know if to generalize, but I just feel that women don't let go of their duties as mum or even wife. Like, she likes, believe it or not, guys, she actually likes to cook for us.
I do.
Like, she takes on the like Sunday roasts and stuff.
I
know. And I'm not complaining. You know, I'm glad that she likes
you might
it.
have to have one this weekend, actually.
Well, yeah, might have to have. If
you
you
want.
want,
I'm like,
if you want, yeah. And I think women take all of that on, definitely, and not to mention, like, again, with the maintenance of the house, like the cleaning and all that stuff. Like, again, it's so much easier for me to be like, well, yeah, I could spend time doing that, but that's like, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
Hello, Matt68. Sell back special. Over the years says, hey everyone, sorry I'm late, guess I need a power nap. Not at all over the years, thank you for popping in. Sick sweater, oh thank you, yeah. Local selling is a big part of my business, says Andrew, Money Mental, apart from in January as the market gets flooded and people are skint. Yeah, definitely want to add, you know, I've been watching Bonafide Hustler for years, and he's been talking about the local selling game thing like very regularly, and it's something I wish I'd done. And since Bex is the workers, he should be the house man, as long as he doesn't burn the house down, says Lucy. I do my best, but
yeah, I don't like the way he cleans and stuff.
This is the problem. Like, we've done this before where I'm like, okay, you're going out to work, I'm at home, I should keep things tidy. Problem is, I do keep things tidy, but she'll just redo what I've done, literally. Like, if I run the Hoover, sometimes this has happened where she goes here where you might, like, she really is knackered, she's so tired that she can't bear running the Hoover around the whole house, so she'll force herself. She'll be like, Zaya, do you mind running the Hoover around and doing the stairs? And I'll be like, yeah, sure, hon, yeah. And I'll grab the Hoover and I'll go around and I'll do just as good a job as she would do, and whether she wants to admit this or not, just as good a job. However, she'll come in and she might see like a hair. Bear in mind, we've got a dog running around, okay? And she will then just do it again, even though it's the same result, but she will do it again. And it's like, it got to the point where she realised herself, because what happened? Because the kids wanted to help as well. The girls wanted to help. The girls were starting to do the vacuuming and doing the stairs. No. And so
I stopped it.
Yeah, she stopped it. Just getting this on camera. Say it again. Say it.
I stopped the girls from hoovering.
And me.
And you.
So that's what we have to deal with, because we can't do it as well as she can, apparently. Even though in reality we can, but this is the wife part of it. This is like the, I don't know, the maternal something instinct, is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
What is it?
What it is.
What is it?
Like,
I vacuum just as good.
Yeah. I see Hannah unload the dishwasher. This is how bad it is sometimes.
Yeah,
so she's unloading the dishwasher, and I go, "Oh, don't worry about that, sweetheart. I'll do it in a minute."
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and it's like, she's actually trying to help me, and she's even got to the point where she does it before like I'm around. So like, if she's coming from college,
she'll do it.
She'll empty the
quickly. Yeah. But emptying the dishwasher, she can't do anything about. It's not like, you know, because then she can't, you know. Shazad says, retaining as much money in the business will make your business grow much more quickly. It's hard at the start, but the payoff will be worth it. That's what Beck is all about. Lex says, question, do you have a weekly turnover target in mind that would be enough for Beck to quit? Well, I reckon if we could do, I don't know, like consistently, now this is hard, consistently if we could do $2,000 a week, you might think about it. 2 stores, $2,000 a week, that's $8,000.
I don't know, because I would probably come at it from a different angle.
Because then she'd be like, well, why not do...
Then we're we're totally just focused on eBay.
Yeah.
I would prefer it that we had other incomes to rely on, not just eBay. So I think turnover on eBay.
Well, Lex said turnover in general. It doesn't necessarily have to mean just eBay. That's the thing. We could create turnover with like local selling or like fairs or whatever. So, but I don't know. We've not really got.
Yeah, maybe.
Richard says,
I haven't really thought about it. If I'm honest, I haven't sat down and thought, right, what is it that we need to turn over each week? Which sounds really bad from two people that want to make this work as full time for them, but I haven't actually gone through figures and gone, right, this is what we're going to need.
I think you'd be more comfortable with like a set with amount of cash, don't you think, as well?
Because the thing is, I don't want like me coming away from work to have an impact on the business, and at the moment it really would. And I think so. It's going to have to come a long way before,
so I think there's like a number of things, because we're still paying debts and things, and I think we're just not in a good spot. Do you know what I mean?
There's still a lot going on that we don't, necessarily talk about on YouTube, but we have got
mainly debts,
and it's just like,
and we need cash as well. Like, we need to prove to ourselves that we can actually hold on to cash. Which we're doing much better now. With first time, I would say, in a long time.
We're still not great at budgeting, right? No. We're quite rubbish, actually.
We do try.
But we have managed to improve
massively
over the last few months, massively. And our cash flow within the business is a lot better, as well as our own personal cash flow.
So I think there's a few things we need to get straight.
We're still... doing a lot of working towards that, aren't we? So
Peter says, I have got Victorian values. I think it's Beck that's got the... I'm all for like equality and the modern type of thing. This is the one, when Z gets impulsive though, it's not tons of Coke, it's 40 chicken burgers.
Oh, do you know what today I come home from work and he was like, oh, do you want some lunch? And I was like, yeah, what is there? And he was like, chicken burger or hamburger. And I was like, no more burgers, please.
I don't know why. I'm having burger for dinner. Pleasant Valley says, Beck, stay the course. Z is overthinking it and working himself into a state.
I know.
I fully intend to get a wife who goes to work for me. My wife works full-time and I'm full-time eBay. I don't feel any guilt. No.
Yeah, and I don't think you should either.
It's weird. I know, it's just weird. Like, if I was working a job and going out, I wouldn't have any guilt. It's because I'm working from home, building a business, I suddenly feel, I don't know, it's that responsibility thing, because I've got no ceiling. So when I've got a job, I can only earn so much money. That's out of my hands. I can't improve our household situation unless I get a better job. When I'm working for myself, the money that I'm bringing in is, if it's not enough to keep to let Beck join the business, it's because I've not worked enough to make that kind of money, and I just need to make more money so that I can. That's how I feel. It's just really silly, but it's how I feel. Mr. says, I don't know what she does for her job, but building your own business is very stressful. Don't be hard on yourself. It all benefits the same cause. It's true, but the thing is, I feel like because Beck takes the stress on as well, so I feel like she's doing both. She gets the worst of both, because she's got just the same stresses, because she's also wanting, she's counting on this business working, and she puts work in and goes out and bats for the cause as well, and then on top of that, she's got all the stuff she has to deal with the job, and that's just just how I feel. We are proud of what we've got, though. We are absolutely. It is. I'd have that merino wool jump. I'd have had the merino wool jumper. Very true. Most people would have. £1 to fit 20 all day. Yeah, but it wouldn't have been 20. I would have had an offer of 15 or 10, and then I would have taken it, because guess what? There's better brand merino wool jumpers for sale on eBay for $20. You know, you can go onto eBay right now and type in merino wool and you'll get a better brand merino wool jumper than whatever his name is, Jasper Conrad. And that's just how I feel. Shazad says he was being serious. Oh wow, oh my god. But eBay themselves. I'm really sorry to hear that, Shazad.
Yeah.
The amount of stuff eBay put me through this week, you wouldn't believe. Not considering how much you put through their business, I think that's really terrible. But in a way, guys, like, we all know Shazad comes into the chat, shares his sales figures, etc. But look at how they're treating him. They just don't care about any of us. That's just, you know. Okay. How much have you made in total on the action figures, and was it worth it given the amount of time they took to list, says Kevin. I think they've done pretty well. I think they've done pretty well. I think looking forward, I think, what would I have done? I think I would have sold the higher value stuff. And what I've done is I've taken the higher value stuff and I've got the lower value stuff listed. But I'm very close to just taking that down and selling it as a job lot. Because I just feel that now, like, we've made enough profit out of it and it's time to... I think I'm just learning... I'm learning when it's time to cut and move on. And this is general store, not RC store.
Yeah, RC store, we've still got a lot.
We hold on.
Yeah.
But it's worth it.
Parts.
It's worth it, yeah.
I mean, the thing is...
Some guy dropped 40 quid on a bunch of really budget helicopter parts.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we sell, like, on the RC store, you know, things like screws.
Someone bought an exhaust, a little exhaust. I mean, I haven't shared some RC goodness.
Yeah, we haven't shared some RC stuff for a long time.
Should we share some RC? Look, I just want to share with you guys, like, the kind of...
We may as well slip it in at the end, right? So with the RC store, it's stuff that, you know, you don't know if something's going to break or when someone's going to need something. So it's one of those things that we kind of just keep going. We're just trying to get into the store. One moment.
Oh, hold on. I can just go to my solds, can't I?
You can.
No, I can't.
No, you can't.
Go to my eBay.
Yeah, because you're logged in now. So.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, I mean... Oh, okay, there we go.
Okay, it's making a sign in. Hang on.
But just to give you guys an example,
see, this is where we're failing. We can't even get into eBay.
It's not that bad. We're doing fine. But like,
no, we are doing fine.
But you have to sit on this stuff. But check this out. This guy actually paid me. I sold this for £35.
Yeah, £35.
It's a little. You have to wait for someone to want this stuff.
Yeah.
But we you know, so we don't mind sitting on this. But this is a cool sell. There's an Edam ED23 tuned pipe. He only wanted that bit.
Really?
Yeah, that's
and
the bit
he
he
paid £35 for.
Yeah. Well, he's probably going to use the exhaust.
Yeah.
He'll have it as a spare, won't he?
Oh, well.
Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really appreciate it.
We're really behind,
In it to flip it, as just said, comes with strings. Bex must allow Z to hoover next week, and she cannot do it again after it does. Thank you so much for the super chat in it to flip it. Very kind of you. Yeah, I really do appreciate it. Job lot it up, Z. It's a good model, says Pete's Retro Collectibles. Yeah, job lotting stuff is definitely the way to go. I think it's learning when to do that. I've been, obviously, as you guys know, we've been following Nick's YouTube channel since it started, and he's always talked about it. And I thought, it makes sense, but implementing it is not as easy as you think, because you've got to know when to call it quits. When have you made enough? And when it's time to just move on. That's just how I feel. Hi, Junk Girl. How are you? Right. Mia Cameron says, I had a tough year in reselling business and I went back to job. Now I want to come back because I think my bills are getting paid from the job. So for now I want to keep the job and work on a reselling business. Yeah. See, I think that's always the smart thing to do, isn't it?
That's probably where we're at. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Okay, what other comments are coming in? I'd think 70k a year, then maximize profit on that, says Vinegar Jar. Okay. 2k a week would bust out with that, so would maybe want more than that, says Damien. Oh wow, we are behind. It's weird in my house. I'm there all day and washing up piles up. Kids make mess. I go bed, wake up next morning. It's all been done. Got like this weird magic cleaning pixie, says Steve. Glockfan says hoovering was a reference to a certain romantic activity when I was in high school, making me chuckle. Oh gosh. So Becca's a control freak, says Tracy. Oh gosh. Right. Pete's Retro Collectibles says, I'm big into bundling stuff up at the moment and getting clear of stock, I hope. It really does help.
Yeah.
I think it really does help. It's definitely the way to go. Yes, RC, I've waited so long for this. No, I'm not going to do too.
We're not going to do too much. I mean, we are going to do like a sales video at some point over the weekend. We'll record it anyway. So we'll
do. Yeah, we're going to do like a sales video.
I don't know if we'll mix it up and do a bit of RC in there or not.
I don't know. It's up
I
to
don't
you.
know. RC's a bit of a.
We don't really talk RC anymore. We leave the RC stuff to sell on its own, and it's ticking away. But yeah, we're going to do like a sales video at some point as well. Your thumbnail makes it look like you're crying, Z. Really?
Do you know what? It just chooses one randomly.
Which thumbnail is this? What for this?
Probably.
Oh,
you
man.
know when it chooses one, like, because we haven't set one, and some of them can actually be quite funny.
Hey Shelley, how are you? Shelston Rooney's popped in. I would have listed any action figures over, say, 20 alone and job lot the rest, either one big lot or two or three smaller lots, says Eric. Yeah, I think so. And this is the mistake I've made in the past. It's like sometimes I just try to get too much profit out of stuff. You know, you buy a job lot and you start doing that. But now things are definitely different. We're not going that way. We seem to be a lot kind of. I'm becoming a bit pickier. We're keeping the second store very streamlined, and it's doing really well for us. So yeah. You've heard of Drinking with Andrew, hoovering with Z. No, I'm not doing anything like that. Hi David M, how are you? I've just seen David M. Kelly's there as well. What other comments are there? I'm currently hoovering on Friday night. Sad, I know, says Lee.
You know what? I should have been doing my housework, to be quite honest, today, and I just haven't touched it. So, yeah.
This is the thing. Sometimes you want control of it, but sometimes you don't have the energy to do it. And none of us do it because we all know that you don't want us to, and then you just redo it and whatever.
Yeah.
So. Shelley says, where have you been this week? Just didn't feel like YouTube. Shelley just didn't. Didn't feel like it.
You kept saying to me you're going to make some videos this week.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like it. Yeah, I think it's just you've got. I don't want to come on and depress people and just be like, "Hi guys," like. Oh,
have I dragged you down?
No,
this
you've
week?
not dragged me down. No, it's not you. It's just sometimes you just. It's not you. No, it's not you. It's just. It's not that. It's just. I don't want to. If I'm not feeling like positive, I like being positive, guys. Sometimes I think YouTubers get a lot of grief for coming across. Sometimes people get grief for coming across as like fake, right? But honestly, like, you want to come across positive. That doesn't mean you're being fake. It just means that maybe you're making videos when you're feeling good. Like, I want to make live streams and videos when I'm feeling good, because then I'm more inclined to do it, right? And also, no one really wants to see people just be like, "Hi guys," like. Yeah, I don't really want to be making this, but I thought I'd come on because I should. Just didn't really fancy it, but no one wants that. I don't want that. God, I've depressed myself. I don't want that.
Can you stop playing?
No.
With that? Stop playing with it.
I love my War Machine.
No.
I found this really cool War Machine figure. He's awesome, but yeah, Beck went. Yeah, I've been playing. That was my Eeyore voice. Yeah. I'd super chat if Z does his own version of "I Want to Break Free." Oh, dude. Oh gosh, Stephen, very funny. We could play hide and seek with Z. You're miscounting all the money you earned from hoovering on stream. Remember, you did steaming clothesline. Yes, I did, but I did that because what was it? I was ignoring the chat.
You were.
I was trying to anyway, and then someone super chatted on purposely, so that I couldn't ignore the chat because it was rude too. That is my EO voice. F off. We all love a Z rant. Thank you, Shelley. Appreciate it. Oh, I like it when you're miserable, as I know then I'm not the only miserable one. Lee says best pickup of the week. I've picked up a lot of stuff, Lee. We've had some really good sales as well. We've had some like really decent sales. I think at the moment I'm just working through the consoles. My really good pickup, I actually bought an amp at auction, and I'm kind of, I don't know whether to keep it or not.
No, we're keeping it.
Are we keeping it? Oh man. Okay.
You try and tell the child in the front room. Yeah.
But we could use the rubbish one. But yeah, like I bought a really cool AV amp that we could flip. I think I paid like 110 for it, including hammer price. I reckon I could get over 250 for it comfortably. But
the thing
close
is,
to 300.
we're trying to kind of work on our setup in the front room. Like, you know, years ago we had like quite a good system.
We had a really good. When I worked at Harrods, we had all monitor audio because we used to get the discount on high-end hi-fi is huge. And
over the years, like due to like silly ideas, we ended up selling a lot of it off. I won't go into the silly ideas because they were just really silly. And we ended up selling it off. So we're actually trying to work on like our home cinema kind of area. Yeah. Aren't we? So, we are because we enjoy watching movies, and I'm a real home cinema and home hi-fi buff. We had some really good.
We had some good stuff, man. We had monitor audio all the way around. They were only like the RS, the radius, but they were really nice, and we had a really small house back then. Yeah, they were overkill.
They were.
Yeah. What we've got now is pretty cool though, as well. Yeah. So
that's the only reason why I'm like,
give Z his doll. Need more sweary Z vids with added dolphin. Okay, I love Misery. Says Lex. The Cramp Misery was the best YouTube video ever. The Cramp was bad, yeah. I mean, kittens. I love kittens. She's testing the amp anyway. Stops returns. Kittens do raw. I thought you liked the ice bucket one, Pete. Oh God. The Cramp was pretty bad though. Cramp was real. Yeah. Okay, guys.
Yeah, that was.
Have we been talking for almost an hour?
We have been talking for an hour.
I think so. What am I gonna do the rest of this evening? I'm actually gonna do some more photographing and listing. I think.
Yes.
We've got to eat though, haven't we? We haven't eaten. The girls have eaten.
I think Cara's just popped in as well.
Hi, Thrifty Pixie. Cara, hi. Thanks for popping in. And so I'm probably gonna do a bit of that. I think drinking with Andrew is gonna be on around 8:30. And yes, it'll be good. Listen to the speaker love made for each other. Oh gosh. Who wants to see Z ranting about his internet service? No, none of that happening. But
no
guys,
rants today.
No, I think it was just maybe it was a bit of burnout, but I think it was just sometimes you feel like down. To YouTube.
I mean, I feel really. I'm going to be honest. I feel really burnt out at the moment, and.
But good news.
Yeah, I was going to say we had some good news today. Our daughter's passport's been approved, so
we all now have a passport. I know that's not a big deal for some people.
We're waiting for it to be sent to us, but we got the email saying it's been approved. They're going to be sending it out to us. So now we can actually book somewhere.
We're going to
go away. So,
even if it's just for a couple of days, just to get somewhere.
Yeah, I've said to her because I can't really get
I think that's
any time off with the girls off at the moment.
But don't you think that's what it is,
we're going to book a weekend away.
Don't you think that's what it is? A big thing. Like the fact that you've not had a break. We've not, like, Becca and I have now been together for 20 years this May. 20 years in May?
Yeah.
20 years.
I like the way you have to just go, it's 20 years, right?
So
Yeah, it is 20 years.
We've been 20 years in May, right? And we've never been on holiday abroad in 20 years.
Yeah.
The kids have never been, apart from Hannah. Hannah went to New York. So it's a big deal for us. It's a really big deal for us. We're gonna have to obviously go super budget because
as soon as we get the passport, we're gonna just be booking like a weekend away.
It's just gonna be something really, even if it's just a weekend, like even if it's like 2 or 3 nights, just something basic. But
well, we've worked it that we could probably go like fly out on a Friday night, come back Sunday. So it's like, okay, it's gonna be a couple of nights away, but it's something
I think we need that. I think that will help, hun.
So
I think that will help.
I'm so excited. When Zahir told me about the email today, it actually did bring a smile to my face. Even though I haven't smiled much this week, that thing did actually bring a smile to my face.
So yeah, it'll be nice. It'll be nice. Peace Retro Collectibles says, now you can flee the country a la Lord Luke. Time to start listening to the holiday rap. Thank you so much, guys. Really do appreciate all the comments. Thank you to the over 150 people that are watching. That is incredible. It means a lot. We are back on the tube. We're going to be putting more videos out, and I've only just not made videos for a few days, but I do miss it, and I'm going to be getting back onto that. So thank you so much for the comments, for the support, everything. Andrew will be live in 24 minutes with Drinking with Andrew, so obviously pop over to his channel Money Mental UK, and then you can enjoy the entertainment that will no doubt carry on over there. We're gonna I'm gonna do a bit of work.
We need to eat
chicken burger.
No, not chicken burger.
No Okay, well we'll figure out this beef burger as well.
I understand those were on offer at lunchtime, and I said no then.
Okay. Well, I'll speak to you guys later. Thanks for watching.
See you guys.
We're hating on the beef. Oh wow! Just as we were going, I just want to quickly say thank you, Unusual Vintage, for the $5 super chat for your holiday when you buy a drink umbrella. Have a good time. Thank you so much, Unusual Vintage. Thank you. We appreciate it so much. It means an awful lot. Appreciate it, but we are going to go now. Thank you so much for the super chats and the support and the comments. Okay. How do I find
I don't know.
Thank you guys. Bye.